So blunt injury is a leading cause of visual loss in young patients. Globe integrity, if managed properly and expectantly, and if managed early, it has better visual prognosis. So coming to the mechanism of injury, I will not go into the detail about pathophysiology. We all are aware about the coup and counter coup mechanism of the injury. Additionally, the globe deformation causes equatorial expansion, leading to various sites of ocular tissue injuries. And our point of concern and discussion today is scleral rupture. So the rupture occurs at the anatomical predisposed sites, that is, the muscle ring where the scleral ring is thinnest, or at the sites of staphylomas. It is also seen in cases of post-surgical sites, other potential sites for rupture also. So coming to the evaluation of the evaluation of the patient is intended to differentiate whether rupture exists, which can be occult or obvious. Detailed history as elicited should be taken. Ocular examination should be detailed and importantly, try to look beyond the obvious. This is all what you all need to evaluate a patient of trauma in your OPD. Initial visual acuity is prognostic, but remember, visual acuity of 6.6 does not exclude serious eye complications. Also, medico-legally, you should record the vision of the other eye. Orbital wall should be palpated for crepitus or bony deformities, and also the eye injury and the severity. On slit lamp examination, these are the obvious signs of rupture, and these are obvious signs of foreign body. Just to stress here, even if a patient is giving history of blunt trauma, we should look for these signs as many a times it's a mixed bag. Subconjunctival hemorrhage, circumscribed mass under the conjunctiva, and uveal show. These are the signs of occult rupture. Scleral step sign in many of the cases are helpful. Conjunctival tear should be looked at suspiciously, while deep anterior chamber and posteriorly retracted petioiris are virtually the pathognomic of posterior globe dehiscence. Seidels test is to be done in all the cases of suspected tear. Low IOP means occult globe rupture, but high IOP does not exclude occult rupture. Pupillary reflexes should be noted in all the cases. Important is detailed fundus examination with indirect ophthalmoscopy to look for choroidal detachment, optic nerve avulsion, and vitreous hemorrhage, which are indirect clues of rupture, and also to rule out associated morbidities like retinal detachment. Ocular movements and fields are to be noted in all the cases. I reiterate the importance of examination of contralateral eye for these reasons. So B-scan can help you in picking up large posterior scleral rupture and collapsed globe, which are definitive signs of rupture, while presence of choroidals should be looked at suspiciously. B-scan also picks up associated ocular morbidities. These ancillary investigations should be restricted to rule out foreign body, fracture, or occult scleral rupture. This photo shows the discontinuity in the scleral integrity. Collapsed globe or flat tire sign is pathognomic of rupture. It can also pick up associated conditions like muscle rupture and foreign body. MRI is only needed in cases of suspected optic nerve avulsion. In spite of all the investigations, if you are not sure, do explore. Early repair is done to prevent ominous fibrovascular ingrowth leading to retinal detachment and severe PVR. The aim of the surgery here is to remove the debris and disorganized tissue. Avoid excision of uveal tissue as much as possible and give a watertight closure. During suturing, avoid incarceration of subconjunctival and uveal tissue in the wound. Always identify the posterior extent. Start the closure anteriorly. Dissect episclera from the scleral wound. Identify the exact plane and identify the edges of the laceration. You should avoid the inrolling or the outrolling of the edges. Close in a close as you go manner. If you suspect that there is a laceration underneath the muscle, do not hesitate to disinsert the muscle, repair the tear, and then resuture it. Well, closure is not the end. Intra prognosis. Ideal window period is 10 to 14 days. Why not early or why not later? The reasons are enumerated. So please do refer the patient to the VIA surgeon within 7 to 10 days after the repair. So to summarize, don't just assess the eye of a patient. Take a step back and assess the patient as a whole. Beware, visual acuity of 6.6 does not exclude serious eye complications. For medical legal purposes, document all the findings and procedures. Even if you are doing the ancillary investigations like B scan, CT scan, MRI, and they are not contributing to your diagnosis, but you are strongly suspecting that tear, do explore. Even partial thickness laceration should be sutured. Try to preserve the uveal tissue